So, what is my experience with flirty passengers? What is my experience with passengers who are sexually inappropriate in their conduct and in their words and in their behavior? Okay, I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share my experiences with flirty, inappropriate passengers from my 5.5 years of driving for Uber and Lyft, and we'll even throw delivering for Doordash and Grubhub and Postmates and all like that in there as well. But first of all, I want to share with you my earnings for this week. I may do one more ride or one more delivery, but it's getting kind of late on Sunday evening, and I'm just about done. And I hit $500. I think I'm right at 502 with a combination of Uber and Lyft and Doordash for this week. And yeah, that's about all I can expect, and that's a pretty good week for me because I don't work on Wednesdays, with the exception of maybe just an hour or two if I can, or Sundays, with the exception of a little bit Sunday evening after 2 church services are over. And then I really don't do much on Saturdays because I spend most of the day Saturday sitting at my desk getting ready for church services on Sunday. So there's only a limited amount of time that I can do gig work. So, $500 for me, that is a pretty good week. I understand there's people out there saying, I make that in a day. Well, okay, good for you. My experience has been, I've discovered a lot of people who sort of twist the truth about what they make doing gig work. And then on the other hand, I also know that there's a lot of other people that are making legitimately more than I am, and I know they are because they've shown me the evidence of it. But be that as it may, there's still a lot of people out there that kind of want to fabricate and stretch the truth about what they're making doing this. In this market, $500 a week's pretty darn good for me. So just wanted to hit you with that. Back to the matter at hand. Sexually inappropriate passengers, flirtatious passengers. We'll throw, folks who are under the influence, whatever the case may be. They might have their judgment a bit tampered with. We'll put it that way. Okay, here's my experience. I've got over 1,500 rides with Uber and over 1,000 rides with Lyft, 10,000 deliveries with Doordash. I don't know how many with Grubhub. I just started that in February. Some with Postmates. But in particular with Uber and Lyft, 1,600 rides. And in 5.5 years, how many people have I had that were flirtatious or sexually inappropriate or tried to come on to me or advance themselves inappropriately? And here's the answer. This is how much of that I've had experience with. Zero. Nary a one, nary a person has ever said anything to me remotely out of the way. Not a single soul. And I know this may be a great shock to all of our viewers out there. I know it's a shock. I'm being silly with that comment. But I've picked up people from all walks of life, all ages, everything. And if anybody even had something like that on their mind, they had the opportunity to do that. But a lot of people are just, they don't want to jeopardize their privilege of using the platform. And that's wise on their part. So that's my experience. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with that. And I hope not to have to deal with that. That's not something that I want to have to deal with. But we'll deal with it properly if we ever encounter that. But so far, I have never had anybody be even slightly out of the way with a comment, with a gesture, with anything. So that's good news for me. And that's just been my experience. Most people are just straight up. They're legitimately just trying to get back and forth to work. Their car's in the shop. They're having car trouble, trying to get to the airport, and they don't want to have to pay to park their vehicle. You know, college students going back and forth, wanting to get to class, people who don't drive or don't have transportation, trying to get to work. You know, and if you've watched my videos before, you're familiar with my reasoning and my philosophy for doing Uber and Lyft. I don't stay out late on Friday and Saturday nights to get wrapped up in the bar scene. I cut out before then, and that works well for me, which is probably, again, why I don't make as much money as some people. But it's not all about that for me. Anyway, that's my experience. Never had a problem, not even one. I'd like to hear your experience if you'd like to share it. So this is your favorite gig working hillbilly signing out on a Sunday night, going back home. Have a good one. Have a great week coming up. Bye now.